Oh, I'm a dinosaur.
I really Disney Park talk. This is embarrassing. Here we go. It's on! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disney Trivia Live, the show in which we play Disney Trivia.
No, it's Disney Parks Talk.
Disney Parks Talk Live, the show in which we talk about the past week in Disney Parks.
Oh, that thing is loud.
What is it?
It's a bantha.
Oh, okay. My name is Jimmy Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place. To my left is Rebecca, my fellow co-founder of Laughing Place and my wife.
Hi,
Down below is allegedly Mike Celestino.
Allegedly.
The man who is in charge of Southern California theme parks, Star Wars, dinosaurs, Simpsons, Muppets, and anything else cool. And to our left is on loan from better websites, Jeremiah Good.
Never.
How you doing, everyone? We are here to talk about the week in Disney Park. Usually we get our whole schedule set and then Monday hits and that's when all the news breaks. But today's a holiday, so we're going to do our show anyway. No news broke today, and then tomorrow it'll all break and we won't have to worry about it until next Monday when we'll have twice as much to do. So let's see, where do we begin? Let's begin in Florida. This is Jeremiah's department. And Jeremiah, how many of these do you have, Jeremiah?
I actually only have one of those, and when I was there the first day it was up, they hadn't put up my panel that I know of. Not that I ever looked at my panel. I think I've looked at it once from after the time I purchased it. So
perhaps we could say what this actually is.
That is the Leave a Legacy, which for many, many years were the large monolith type structures outside of Epcot or outside Spaceship Earth. And then they removed those to reimagineer the entrance area, much like it was when Epcot first opened. So they decided to put them all on these colorful walls that walk out to the parking lot.
They're colorful. They look very, very bright. Do they look this bright in person as you're walking by?
Very, very bright. Those are actually where you walk from the parking lot. That isn't like main guest parking yet, so I had to walk off to the side to try to find it. But it is very bright. I mean, the colors are very much what Epcot was when it first opened. It's the rainbow. I think they said that the panels are like 7 feet tall.
They look very tall. We've seen a few images with like people for context, and they're quite tall, which makes me kind of sad for people who are on the top rows because I don't know how easy you'd be able to actually see your.
Do you have ladders?
Your picture.
Was this an issue in the center of Epcot when they had them, that they were that tall?
It would have been if they would have sold that many.
Gotcha. So originally these were sold to be on the monoliths as you enter Epcot. What was the contract? Do you recall, Jeremiah, how long they had to be on display?
No, and I think that's one of the things, like the walk around the worlds that were in front of the Magic Kingdom and the hotels were a 10-year, and then the Walt Disney World would try to make sure that they kept them up following that, but now they're all gone. These, I don't think that there was actually like a set date for it, but they stopped selling them 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. And then they just kind of were there. So I'm guessing that the contract was longer because they wouldn't have gone through this much effort just to put up colorful walls.
So you have one. Do you have one, Rebecca?
No.
Mike, do you have one? Do you have
any of those?
Do you have a break in front of Disneyland?
Nope.
No, we didn't do that either. Did you do that, You did this one. Did you do the bricks, Jeremiah?
I did in Florida. I didn't do the one in Disneyland.
Yeah, we bought one for my parents for their anniversary, but we didn't do one for ourselves.
Have you pre-purchased your tombstone, Mike?
Did you do that?
Of
Mike,
course you do.
what do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni and sausage.
There you go.
Of course you can pre-purchase your tombstone.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you really think they won't take your money?
Well, no, I mean, it just sounds kind of
It's
odd.
actually really common to get that all taken care of yourself before leaving it to other people.
Why are we talking about this? Just normally I don't stop these tangents, but this one's very off the edge.
As the oldest person in this quartet, I've been thinking a lot about this subject.
That's right. That's what happened. You turned 50. Oh, now I get it. I just was surprised that you could do it.
Turn 50? Yes, Jeremiah.
We will be looking at those on Wednesday when we do a walk and talk at Epcot. We'll start outside so we can, if anybody has them, I could probably look up the information or you could tell me where it is and I can focus on it.
B72. Oh, sorry.
Bingo.
Celebs there too. We can go on a scavenger hunt trying to find the Backstreet Boys or something.
No, NSYNC, not the Backstreet Boys.
Technically,
NSYNC.
not any different.
I don't know. Well, if you go back to one of the pictures, there's a QR code. And if anybody that has it that's watching wants me to find it, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you to the site.
We'd be happy to show you what you look like.
EpcotTileFinder.com. It's a very simplistic URL. EpcotTileFinder.com. And then that's how you find your stuff.
I feel like this could be a service where Jeremiah just hangs out there all day, waiting for people to give them their location, and he goes and shows them.
And then they can find out what color zone they're in. Oh, I got pink.
I know.
I wanted yellow.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because when you bought these, there was no color zone to worry about.
It was just granite.
Yeah. So.
But did you take it for granted?
Yes, I did. Very much.
You guys are geniuses.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we're here for.
All right. So next up in our big news department, sort of, kind of, is no news. But Disneyland. Hey, Mike. I'm going to say happy Monday.
Mike is like, what?
He said happy Monday. So the Disneyland Disney, not just Disneyland, the whole company earnings call was last week. And of course, they were asked about reopening their theme parks. They didn't have a whole lot to say. They're really at the whim of much higher forces than themselves. But what they did say is they don't expect Disneyland or Disneyland Paris to open this quarter. So I'm sure it won't be opening before the end of March, in their opinion. They do expect Hong Kong Disneyland will. And Chapek said that they anticipate some level of social distancing and mask wearing, some level throughout the rest of this year, but does not think that will be the case in 2022. I don't know if something magic happens on December 31st or he's just speaking in general, but at least their expectation is things continue to be different for the rest of this year. Things get back to normal next year, which is just incredible when you think about we just started this year. But
he coupled this news with the remarks that had hit the press that morning with Fauci talking about the availability of the vaccines being much greater than we were initially anticipating. So that it was I felt like it kind of flowed out of that kind of headline situation at the time. So
true. So obviously, if things get a lot better, Disney's not going to go. No. We'd like to keep it the lower capacity until 2022. They will happily move up the timetable if the situation dictates. Yes,
we will not tell our cast members to tell all of our guests to move as close together as possible, side by side. That'll be the day where I'm like, oh, yep, we're back to normal. I have to stand right next to elbow to somebody.
Fill in all available space. Somebody, do you want to have that T-shirt? Looking forward to the day I hear.
Yeah, I like that.
All the available
you just gave that away. This is our Etsy fortune right here.
Sorry. There it goes. What can I say?
So, Mike Celestino, based on the news that you almost certainly are not getting back into Disneyland, at least as a theme park, before the end of March, how's it feel?
The same. I mean, we keep saying summer I feel like we keep saying summer, so they haven't passed that threshold yet of saying it won't be summer. So I'm going to keep assuming it's going to be summer.
Remember at one point it was announced to be summer of last year, July
Yes.
17th?
It's so hard
2
to
weeks. 2 weeks.
I was so ready to be there on July 17th last year, and it did not happen.
It would be funny if that's what it ended up being. July 17th, 2021 is when this park reopens. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but Mike is going to get to have a new Disneyland Resort experience.
What's that?
The Trading Post.
What is that, Mike?
Tomorrow, I'm getting up bright and early. I'm going to drive down to Anaheim. I'm going to be among the first to go in there. I got real lucky with the reservations. I got the first time. I'm at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm in the first time slot to go into the new Star Wars Trading Post at the former Rainforest Cafe. It should be fun. Is that Bantha new that you were showing there, Jeremiah?
No, it's the one that was at Target.
Oh, that's a Target one. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be available at the Trading Post, but we will have the...
It's not available at Target anymore.
Yeah, we'll have the Patty Frog sipper, the Jabba the Hutt sipper, and the new...
It always feels like a joke. It feels like a punchline.
And I can finally get the silver one of these, the gift card.
I want a silver one.
Have you been down there in the past few days just to see what the finished building looks like, Mike?
No, last time I was there was for the 20th of DCA on the 8th.
Looking forward to that. I probably will be on the other end of that, and I'm excited to see something new Star Wars with Mike because he will show me parts of it I never would have seen on my own.
I'm excited just to see, like, kind of what is it merely a shop, or is there a little bit more to, like, kind of how much beyond just a storefront, did they decide to go with in this location? So will there be like off-road track? What kind of elements will they have inside?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest question is how much of the interior space of that building are they actually using? I think they could be using any number of configurations of that space because there was the gift shop area, the bar, the whole dining area in Rainforest Cafe, and then I'm very curious to see what they've done with the decor in there. So
they still have the fish tanks in there.
Yeah, who knows?
My fingers are crossed. Somehow, some way, there's a Dianoga, not just for sale,
right?
But somehow, some way, there's Dianoga.
That would be very, very impressive if they took that fish tank that had like the tunnel going across the walkway. Right. If they put a Dianoga in there, that would be awesome. But to me, that seems beyond what this project is. But maybe
totally.
I don't know.
Oh no, I totally think it's absolutely absurd. But boy, would it be fun.
Yeah. Mike, can I do a prediction of you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's all the same merchandise, but look, here's some fun decor.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we've seen so many times, like when it opened there, it was like, hey, look, here's all the stuff that we have, but at least we have a better shop and we can go into it. But I'm looking forward to it. Like, I am excited just for something new out there.
Yeah, and we should temper expectations about the live stream because I was talking to our boss earlier, and he was saying we should hold on to the live stream. I think for Friday we'll do the live stream from inside the shop, and tomorrow I'm going to focus on getting pictures, and I'll try to shoot some nice video to upload to YouTube, but we may not live stream from the inside tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, during the reservation period, because we may have limited time in there. We're not really sure how that's going to work.
Right.
Well, disappointed, I got to admit, but okay.
we will do a live stream later on in the day, but I won't be in the shop anymore, so we can show the photos I've taken and
cool.
I would have seen if we had started sooner. We are referring, if you're asking, to the. Go ahead, Mike. What's it called?
It's the Star Wars Trading Post. It's taking over the old Rainforest Cafe building at Downtown Disney in Anaheim at the Disneyland Resort. And they are reopening the Wonderground Gallery on Friday, I think, which is where the Star Wars Trading Post is right now.
You're going to be there on Friday, right, Mike?
I'm going tomorrow and Friday. Yes.
Okay, Friday I may need you to get me something from Wonderground, but we'll talk about that off there.
Okay.
And we've been sharing pictures of the kind of the evolution of the location. So if you check out Laughing Place, especially the Downtown Disney content, you'll see images that Mike's been sharing with us as we kind of initially had a few little radar dishes appearing on the exterior, and then they added Ray's speeder, and now it sounds like some barrels have been added and other things. So you'll get to see kind of the evolution of it. And then obviously Mike C will take us inside tomorrow.
Undoubtedly, Mike C is going to dissect every little tiny piece of that thing. He'll tell you what movie this barrel is referencing and all that fun stuff. So we're looking forward to that breakdown from Mike Celestino. All right. So back at Epcot, Soulful, the Soul of Jazz is opened. Is that what it's called at American Adventure, Maya? So it's opening American Adventure.
Jazz, an American Adventure.
And we did a live stream from there with Tony because Jeremiah was doing something much more fun, but Jeremiah has seen it as well. So just you want to talk about it a little bit, Jeremiah? What's there?
We did a live stream from there.
Yeah, I know.
It is pretty much just a look at jazz, an American original music and how it's played its part across the U.S. and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Each of the displays has different artists that came from the different areas, talks about kind of how the music has modified and mutated throughout the time. And now we're looking at food in Japan. It's got some great displays. And I originally thought that it was going to go into the gallery on the other side, which thankfully they still have that gallery, and they added this to the other side of the rotunda. So you have something to do in between the time where you're waiting for the American Adventure show.
And also at Disney World right now, to go along with the Soul of Jazz, which is a part of Black History Month, they are doing the Soulful celebration at Disney Springs with lots of bands. We did a live stream from there as well with some incredible music. So if you like that kind of music, you want to see some cool art, that's a good place to be this month at Disney Springs. Have you seen much of that, Jeremiah?
I was there on the kickoff day. They are doing Motown Monday, Smooth Sunday, and I think it was something was on Thursday. I can't remember what it was. So they have different nights with the different music, and it's really a fun night. I mean, I know that when we did it, I could have sat and watched the music without the live stream because the live stream was going to get shut down from copyright for it.
It was very nice. Oh, pretty kitty. I'm a dinosaur.
Goodbye. I'm a little disappointed they didn't do something like this at Disneyland Resort too. I mean, Downtown Disney is not overcrowded by a long shot. I think it would have been kind of fun to do some entertainment there, but that's me. Then Mike would have to work more to go cover it, and that may not be fair to Mike. So I can understand why they didn't.
I can't wait to work more. You have no idea. You have no idea. If it's outside, I can't wait to work more.
All right, and then just some general Epcot progress reports. I'll show some pictures. Jeremiah, you do some talking.
Well, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, there was going to be a restaurant called Space 220 that is actually part of the former queue of Mission Space. That's where the sign is. That's the entrance that'll take you into the restaurant. And then there is the massive restaurant that's going to have a wraparound screen that'll actually make you feel like you are eating on a space station. This restaurant was supposed to open, I believe it was even before last summer. I think it may have been Christmas 2019 when they were talking about it opening, and then it's been delayed. And that's a Patina group, and Patina is not hiring anybody from Italy, just so we all are clear on that. That is the Play Pavilion, the former Wonders of Life. There hasn't been a lot talked about the Play Pavilion other than just the video in the Epcot experience. I don't even think we've gotten any blurbs on any of the updates that the Parks blogs have done. So hopefully that's still moving forward. I know they went through a major refurbishment of the roof and we saw people up there replacing all those tiles for many weeks.
See, what else we have in this update? What's this thing?
That's a wall.
Okay, thank you. And what's going on behind it?
That is the Guardians of the Galaxy mission Rewind in the former Universe of Energy building. You can see where the plywood is in the front section. That has actually been open for a long time. You could just see the supports and everything. They just started putting more of the structure up, because what used to be the entire attraction building is just going to be the queue and the load for the attraction in the future.
Is it still powered by the roof?
Don't know. At one point they had supports up there to put more photovoltaic panels up there. Then they took down those supports, and then they just put up different supports with the blue, which looks really nice, but there's no solar panels up there yet.
Well, that reminds me, I keep forgetting to ask you to get me pictures of the solar panels in the lake over by the parking structure at Universal, because it looked like they were putting a picture on it when I was there and they were installing those solar panels out on that lake. But go ahead, back to Epcot.
It looks like Inventions has seen better days.
Yes, well, that's actually, that was Inventions and the Electric Umbrella. That is where the new restaurant is going, that we know a little bit about. They're going to have an open viewing area to watch. Well, before everything, it was going to be an open viewing area to watch the cooks prepare the food. And it was still going to be a grab and go, not a full sit down restaurant. But again, we haven't heard much. They completely gutted all of Inventions and Electric Umbrella and Mouse Gear. The only thing that is left there is a small portion of Mouse Gear. That picture, scroll back down a little bit, Doobie.
This one? Or
Next
down?
one. No, one up. That one. This is the breezeway. To your left would be Mouse Gear, and to your right would be the Electric Umbrella. You can kind of see the reflection where they put glass up, and they're working on redoing Mouse Gear, or whatever the shop will be called at that time. So they can remove the temporary Mouse Gear, put it back in the full shop area, and then they can work on the restaurant more.
So I know Epcot had already just begun construction when everything hit for its major redo. Is construction still seemingly going ahead, or is this stuff just kind of sitting in a state of limbo?
It was for a long time sitting in limbo. I think it was those pictures with the reflecting pool of Spaceship Earth. That was where the character meet and greet was in the last bits of Inventions. And for the longest time, that structure still had walls, still had a ceiling, and then they just started really gutting it all. It's down to the bare bones, as you can see. And that was last week, so I'm sure Tuesday or Wednesday when we go back, probably that building will be even more gone.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jeremiah. Look forward to it. I love pictures of walls, and to see so much happening there is really exciting. We do have an important question from Mike here. From Mike to Mike. So would you like to address this, Mike? I don't know if people want to reference here. But,
why do I look like Patton Oswalt? I never heard that one before.
Yeah, me either. Wow. There you go.
Do you not see the resemblance?
I don't know. I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
Do you have twin brothers?
I get it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shield reference.
Oh, haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that show wasn't that good, was it? We wanted it to be, but it actually wasn't that good, was it?
No, I think you're my theories.
The last season was really good. The first season was good. The seasons in between had some really hard stuff to watch.
35 in between.
I was going to say, the 5, didn't it last 7? So you're saying season 1, season 7, but the 5.
No, season 1 was good. Season 2 was good. Season 3, there was that long delay. Season 4, I want to say, was when it was going to get canceled, but then they brought it back. And was it 7 seasons? I thought it was only 5.
Mike says it started okay. The middle was tough.
Yeah. He also doesn't think you picked the right picture when it comes to
that's Spence from King of Queens. I could have done better. All right,
So,
this was on the fly. So you give me a heads up before the show, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
I can do a little more work on finding a good picture.
Oh, it's almost time for another festival at Epcot.
So Flower and Garden installation has begun. It doesn't start for another 13 days at the time of this writing, 5 days ago, so about another 8 days. But installation has begun. Oh, no, wait. It starts on March 4th. I'm so wrong. Have you seen any of the topiaries going in, Jeremiah?
The butterflies were the only one that were in. They have those over by Imagination. And then there's you can kind of see Imagination is to the left of that photo and the land is to the right. And then directly behind that, what used to be that large grassy hill in between the land and Imagination, that's where they're putting the butterfly garden, which last year they put those in, but last year's Flower and Garden was only lasted 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so they didn't really get a chance to see the butterflies mature. I think we got one lifespan out of them.
I'm excited for Flower and Garden. It's my favorite.
I love to just the first time you walk into the park and see a topiary and realize it's coming. The installation has begun.
And then you wait for the first cloudy day of the festival so you can get really great pictures of the topiaries because they don't have as much shadowing, because if it's a bright sunny day, there's too much shadowing on the topiaries, so you have to wait for an overcast day. But then when you want to get overall images, then you want a beautiful sunny day, right? When you're far away, you get that grandscape because then the flowers are brightly colored. So yeah, you end up going to the Flower and Garden Festival a lot because of the different ways the sunlight impacts your experience.
Push.
Thank you. Also at Disney World, the Minions are moving into the Contemporary Resort.
No. The Minions. That's funny.
Am I wrong?
It's just a yellow
banana. Banana.
Okay, I will admit that desk chair over there does look like an enormous banana just hanging out by the.
Right. If you are going to be staying at the Contemporary Resort, first of all, congratulations on your success in life. And second of all, be aware that they are going to be refurbishing guest rooms. So that's usually a long rolling project. You never know if you're going to get an old one or a new one until it's all over. But the project starts in April. Yes, Jeremiah?
Don't they just pull out each of the rooms and then they place the new ones in? Isn't that how they do it?
That should be how they do it. That would be so awesome. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just curious, Mike C. I know usually Doobie's the one who hits you with the personal questions, but does this fit your aesthetic? If you were flipping through, I'm gonna take a trip with this hotel room, you'd be like, yeah, I want to stay there.
Well, you said banana, but I see 2 eggs over easy on the pillows.
Okay. Right. Yeah. No, you're right.
I don't know. I can't say I put too much thought into what my hotel room looks like, especially when I go to theme parks. I'm planning on spending most of my time outside of the room, so it's really just a place to crash.
It's so important
at that point.
Why do you think they put the projection screens over the beds?
Do you like it?
No, I don't hate it. It's very clean. And you know me, I like stuff to be nice and sterile.
Yeah, you do.
I do not understand the purpose of the movie screens over the beds whatsoever. And the eggs, I don't like. I like the banana. The eggs, I don't like.
Yeah,
the black and white duvet, I'm a big fan of them.
It looks kind of like a frowny.
Can I get some credit for knowing the word duvet?
No, it looks kind of like a frowny, like the eyes, and then like very strong brow, and then like a angry face.
What is the pattern on the duvet supposed to be? Is that something to do with the contemporary?
It's contemporary art. So
it's a maze.
It's a maze. It looks like giant eyes. I see either giant eyes or the letter H.
I see the letter H for sure, but I feel like there's one path through. I don't even know if these are the new rooms. This is just a picture we're using. This could be the old rooms. This could be the random room. I have no idea. I'm sure Jeremiah will be assigned to find out when it happens. Poor Jeremiah with all the tough assignments.
I'll just stand outside the door. Somebody will open it and go.
I remember about the
no eggs.
My uncle stayed there and they couldn't lock the bathroom door. And that was really awkward because we had a little toddler at the time. And so we had to really monitor him whenever we would go visit.
Who was that little toddler? Was it Gideon?
Yeah, we had to monitor because there wasn't a way to, it was just an enormous sliding door. There wasn't a lock on it.
That is annoying.
It was very funny.
We have that in our home and it's annoying. Okay. Speaking of Jeremiah and the tough assignments, Jeremiah got to go on the new, how do you say it?
Keister coaster.
Keister coaster? Why do they call it that?
Because it's for your hiney. Keister.
Why is that? So he got to ride that at Board. Why did you really go there just to try out the new coaster? Yes, Mike.
I have a question about this. So, okay, when they first announced this refurbishment of that water slide, and they showed the concept art, or even like the Imagineers painting it, people were complaining about the spelling of the word keister. Now it seems like they've corrected that. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, it was very shortly after that Disney Parks blog, because everybody jumped on it like, how dare you misspell keister?
So now they've switched the I and the E on the art.
There you go.
I just thought that jumped out at me when I was looking at your video earlier, Jeremiah.
And no, I didn't just go there to write that. One of my friends, for the long story short, when people are in Australia, not Kingman, Australia, but real Australia, and can't make it to Walt Disney World, and they happen to have DVC points, and a good friend who will gladly stay in a hotel for them. One of my great friends, Greg, who I went to South Africa with, he offered me a staycation, and I did that. And then the Keister coaster was just kind of a benefit of it. And as you'll see, this is my second ride. I'll tell you about the first ride after we watch the video.
So you kind of performed the role of the surrogate Keister.
Yes.
Awesome. What a guy. If I'm ever short a Keister, I'll know where to go.
Had you been on the previous?
No, I'd never stayed at the boardwalk, which was mostly why I chose to stay there.
Understandable.
All right, so we're going to show the video of Jeremiah taking his keister on the coaster for the second time. We have both the POV as well as the external view all at the same time through the magic of editing. We don't have audio, though, so Jeremiah is going to take us through it live.
Audio commentary of the
almost like being
long water slide.
It's like being at the Hollywood Bowl with the band doing the score live right there. We have Jeremiah.
Okay.
We're ready.
It's an orchestra, but okay.
Not if it's Jesus Christ Superstar. All right, here we go.
Oh. Yay. Hey, look, Laughing Palace. Yay. Oh, boy. Whee. Oh, there we go.
I was expecting commentary, not just better. Audio, but that was better.
That was much better than I was expecting. Especially the shout out to the Laughing Palace. That's pretty cute.
Any comments on it other than your sound effects?
If I can give one recommendation, only go on it if there are not kids right behind you that don't understand the difference between a red light and a green light. Because the first time going down, because I was dry, it was taking a little while. And I know how it triggers the lights. It should be closer to the bottom. As I'm getting to the bottom, all of a sudden I feel feet upside my head from this kid sliding down. And I was not videoing that, but I loved splashing down. And the kid's like, yay! And the lifeguards are like, you need to wait for the green light. Because they don't have somebody up at the top that's telling them to go. It's just the red light, green light. And like,
You can learn. Let's take a quick break from Disney. A lot of people know Mike Celestino is a lover of theme parks, particular Disney. A lot of people don't know that he is also a Legoland aficionado, right, Mike?
Well, I've been to Legoland here in Southern California, but I have not been to the Florida location.
That qualifies as aficionado as far as I'm concerned. Jeremiah did get to go to one in Florida recently. Why were you there, Jeremiah?
It was for multiple reasons. They had started their Pirate Fest weekends. They also did the Brickbeard's Water Sport Stunt Show. The Pirate Hotel, which had Pirate Island Hotel, had opened just before the shutdown. I don't even remember. I know that when I went there for the reopenings of the park, that was one of those, we were going to have a media event, but everything shut down. So this was kind of an invite to see the hotel. It's a beautiful hotel, really fun. If you like Lego, this is the place to go. And the show is really cute.
So go ahead.
I had the opportunity to stay at their it's like across the way.
Just the Lego hotel.
The one I stayed at was their villas. It wasn't the hotel. Yeah. Like they're like little mini cottages for you to stay in. And what I was really impressed with between that and also the Lego hotel, I haven't seen this new Pirate Island one, is just the use of their IP. I mean, honestly, the way that they incorporate Legos into the experience, whether it's through the artwork or the decor, even kind of the interactivity as you waited. Back then, I haven't been during the current time, so I don't know if they still have like a giant vat of Legos that you can roll around in. But yeah, no, there was this little waiting pool by the lobby desk, and there were just kids sitting in a vat of Legos building.
Yeah, the Lego hotel. So the Pirate Island is built onto the Lego hotel. You enter the lobby, and then there's a side door, and they still have that giant vat of Lego bricks right at the check-in area for the kids to play in. Yeah. As I'm walking at one point, the sanitizing is, kids are out of there. Person has spray bottles and just spraying everything, pulls out the rake and just starts raking Lego bricks back and forth.
Yep.
So besides it being very loud and obnoxious, I was laughing quite heartily.
So there's the Pirate Fest is the thing, which includes this. What's the name of the show again, Jeremiah?
Brickbeard's Water Sport Stunt Show.
Which is great because this is where Cypress Gardens used to be, and they are known for their water ski shows. So of course there's a lot of water skiing in here, jet skiing. My favorite thing. Does this have a name?
I don't know the name of it, but yes, it technically has a name, but they called it it wasn't the Kraken, it was something during that area. But it was amazing. Like, I'd never seen that actually used in this show, and this was one of the, this show, go watch our video so you can see it all, but this is new, and then they have something classic in it to really tie it all together.
Yeah, I really want to see Jeremiah on here. I'm hoping that, like he did the surfing thing at Typhoon Lagoon, I'm hoping they do some kind of a lesson thing for this because I so want to see Jeremiah fly on the water like this.
I would be much more up for that than ever trying surfing again.
And the pre-show has some sea shanties that
Don't.
Jeremiah,
watch the video.
Jeremiah, let's hear it.
Nope.
Okay.
It's out of my head.
Yeah, if I sing it, he won't be able to get it out of his head again. The other day, he's like, I started singing it, and he's like, I finally gotten it out of my head. What are you doing?
Something about stepping on I won't say it.
No, it's great.
And then, so when they kicked this off officially, right, they had some dude walking high up in the sky. What was that?
Yes, the world famous Nick Walinda, the patriarch of the Flying Walindas, walked from the Lego movie building, which is home of the Flying Couch attraction, all the way to the Pirate Island. And it was a long walk. The video I put up on our Twitter, which I think we put in something, was just 2 minutes, and that was kind of the front facing. Mm-hmm. And I think I got it just after he realized that there was a tree that needed to be trimmed. So he was having difficulties getting over that part. But he was walking, had a giant balance stick that was made out of Lego.
So the thing that was keeping him from falling without a net was made out of Lego.
Yes. Well, it was a stick, and then Lego was on it. And there were like 30 guys leaning on the rope to try to keep it taut.
That was the part that got me. The thing keeping it taut it wasn't tied down to some things buried like 500 feet into the ground. It was a bunch of people like this.
Yep.
This guy has a lot of faith.
It was 60 feet up and about 600 feet long. How far he was walking, I think, is what I seem to recall from the discussion.
I know if you go to the Lego Twitter and I believe their Instagram and their official account, they have, or Legoland, they have the full video with some great POVs out there.
Yep.
I would have loved to have seen that. I love circus stunts, and I would have been a big fan of that. But alas, I didn't get invited. All right.
You're in California.
Well, that too.
You were invited. You just had a surrogate.
So yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Keister.
Yeah, right. Designated keister.
In honor of Valentine's Day, Disneyland Paris shared a recipe for the Lady and the Tramp inspired spaghetti and meatballs. You know the scene; it's so famous where Lady and Tramp. I think this is actually how they filmed it. It looked a little different after the color correction in the film, but this is how they filmed that scene for the 1953 classic of Lady and the Tramp eating that spaghetti and meatballs. Yes, Jeremiah?
They had the green screen behind them, and the person would move.
Exactly. So, and my wife refuses to do this with me, so this is not a romantic moment I'm going to get to do. But it got me thinking, in honor of yesterday's Valentine's Day, what are some of your favorite romantic activities, romantic spots around Disneyland, Disney World, inside, outside the parks? Mike, I know you are, if nothing else, Mr. Romance. So would you like to go first?
Yeah, I was trying to think of romantic spots. I think like the Wishing Well by Sleeping Beauty Castle, excuse me. Especially if there's nobody else around. There's also a couple spots like in the back corners of the park. Especially like if you can find a time of day where there just aren't a lot of people around, that I would consider romantic. But other than that, I don't know.
Any restaurants you like to go to for a special time?
Well, we've eaten at the Blue Bayou for anniversaries and Valentine's Days in the past.
Nice.
So that's a good one, especially if you can get a seat next to the water. I would recommend that one.
All right. So there's some romance tips from Mike Celestino, who is married, so he clearly knows what he's doing. Gio, a nice quiet meal at Cosmic Rays, listening to the smooth stylings of Sunny Eclipse. I believe Gio is single for a reason. How about you, Jeremiah?
I definitely back Mike on the Snow White Wishing Well at Sleeping Beauty Castle. That area is, like, when you asked this question, that was right away the first thing I thought of. Here at Disney World, like Morocco, especially now that there isn't much back there, just that's a very beautiful area. Sorry, Mike, the Lake Buena Vista McDonald's is no longer there. But yeah, I feel like almost any of the restaurants in World Showcase could be definitely a romantic meal. But then you have places like Victoria and Albert's, you know, if you really want the expensive romantic meal. The California Grill. No. Okay. I don't tie a tie very well. That's a lie. I know how to tie a tie. But California Grill, I think, is probably, you get up there, you get to watch the fireworks, you have a beautiful view of everything.
Wonderful. I could
what
not.
What about you, Doobie?
I don't agree with that at all. So, Rebecca, I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to have a romantic occasion at the Disney parks, but if you did, where would you like to go?
I don't know. Where would you go?
I would like to go to Victoria and Albert's, but I can't find a spouse that would like to go with me.
Maybe you and Jeremiah can go together.
Nope.
Oh, Jeremiah's not on for that either. Yeah,
Jeremiah doesn't want to go there.
I keep trying to find a surrogate keister to go with Dewey to V&A.
I did go to Remy on the Disney Fantasy, which is an extremely upscale restaurant, maybe even more upscale than Victoria and Albert.
I sent my sister.
But because of its location, the price is much better. And it was amazing. Just what an experience. But inside the parks or inside the resort, the Wishing Well is a great place to fake out your fiance and let her think she's about to get proposed to, but not actually do it.
After dinner at Granville's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
where
that
you
was
thought
fun.
I thought it was going to happen, but no. And then Wishing Well, no.
Didn't
okay,
happen.
guess it's not going to happen.
So that's pretty cool. That whenever I go there, that's what I think of. Mike says Chuck E. Cheese. Again, this is why you see. We usually had our anniversaries at Jico at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That's a really nice fine dining restaurant that's not too far over the top in terms of fine dining. In the parks, you know, if you can find a quiet place to watch, it's not there anymore, but a quiet place to watch Illuminations, that could be kind of nice. One of the best, and it wasn't just her and I, but if it was, it would have been really special. We went to a late dinner at
Chefs de France.
Chefs de France. Is that the former upstairs one?
Upstairs is Monsieur Paul.
But what it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be something else.
Whatever it was before. We went to a really late dinner there, and our party of, I believe it was 4, maybe even 3, were the last people out of Epcot by far. I mean, it was
they didn't seat us until after Illuminations had begun.
So
we were being sat.
And that is not a fast restaurant. So it was probably an hour and a half after most of the guests had left the park, and we were literally at the other end of the park. And
right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. Okay. And so walking out,
or we got our appetizers just as it started, something along those lines.
Walking through an empty park where everything is still lit and everything because there's guests in the park, and the only person you can see is the security guy about 50 feet behind you, not bothering you, not rushing you, just making sure that you're the last people out the park. It's actually pretty cool. We've closed Disneyland many times where we just hung out at the back of the park waiting for them to come around and tell us to leave, and then
playing cards until they come over and kick Rebecca out.
We were playing cards. When they used to have tables along Rivers of America over there by the Mark Twain dock. We were playing cards over there, and we didn't hear the announcement, and the guy was like, "Oh, they made the announcement." We're like, "Oh, sorry about that," and we left.
Where you walk through the castle, and then as soon as you finish, the music goes off.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But, no, I was going to say the train, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in the evening, you can sit on the train and have a nice discussion. You're not, you don't feel compelled to leave, to go anywhere. You can kind of just find a spot, in a corner where you're not constantly having people who need to get in and out from you. And you can have a nice chat on the train. That's another nice place.
So as busy as the parks are, there are lots of places where you can find a quiet spot, and being at a quiet spot in the park.
Harbor Galley around the time of Phantasmic. Those are those tables over there by Harbor Galley. That's a nice area.
Inherently romantic, as Jeremiah and Mike Celestino, 2 of the studliest men I know, will attest. So one final thing. Actually, is there anything else someone wanted to mention before I go to one not happy topic to close off the day?
Yeah, hang on. I just got... hopefully I can bring these pictures up. Let me. It's park related, so we have something, but I feel like Rebecca will be very excited about this.
Uh-oh.
I like your Fraggle Rock t-shirt, Mike.
I know, me too.
Thanks.
Then I
wore it because we're talking about a Jim Henson show later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. You're doing movie club later.
I keep thinking it's Tuesday, so I almost asked you how dinosaurs went last night, and sorry I didn't watch, but that's tonight. I seriously keep thinking it's Tuesday. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I did the same thing. I kept like, oh no, that's not tonight. So my friend just sent me this, which is something I'll definitely be picking up.
Ooh,
that's kind of cool. Where's that? Where is that?
In all the parks.
What is it?
It's the WandaVision Magic Band, and it's limit 1,000.
Ooh, nice.
That's not bad. You guys may have to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, we just may have to. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I have to admit, I'm staying arm's length away from WandaVision. I'm not getting invested. I'm afraid. I'm afraid it will break my heart. So I am keeping the WandaVision show arm's length away.
Until March.
Kind of like I did with the prequels. I could only knowing Anakin and his journey. I kind of had to not get fully invested.
It wasn't the characterization of Anakin that prevented you from getting fully invested.
No, I'm a soft touch. I'll admit it. I'm a very soft touch. Oh, there you go. There's another romantic spot. See the Swiss Family Treehouse. So who knew? That's really sweet.
Jeremiah loves the Swiss Family Treehouse.
Yes, he does.
There's a lot of very positive memories there.
Yeah,
I never thought of that as a place, but yeah, if you can hike up there, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
What is he talking? There are some special people who want to put the magic bands on. Okay. I don't know where Jeremiah went.
Yeah. I saw this. I can explain, I think. Somebody took the RFID chip out of a magic band and put it under their skin and went up to a scanner at Walt Disney World to enter the park, I guess, without their, the physical magic band. And I guess this guy, I don't know, but it got back to somebody, and now they're putting warning labels on the magic bands not to use them subcutaneously, which is
wow. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting people. Okay, so one other thing we just wanted to mention. Hey, you're back, Jeremiah. Go ahead.
Because of that, I went and looked at every magic band that I have and have gotten recently, and there is no warning on that. So until I actually see one that has a warning of "do not put it under your skin," I don't believe that it's real.
And you will continue to put it under your skin.
Yes.
So Jeremiah is saying that Disney is all for the guests putting the chips under their skin.
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
No, but okay. What I'm hearing is this is along the lines of the flashing headlights.
This is an urban legend.
Yeah.
And like I said,
shoe story.
The shoes. Did you hear about the person who got kidnapped at Disneyland? And they took him to a bathroom and changed all their clothes, and then they tried to sneak him out, but at the last second, the security guard said, "Stop." Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the mom. Said, "Stop." I recognize the shoes.
That's a story that
they wouldn't recognize their child's face before the shoes.
That's been the story. That's one of those stories that's kind of gone around forever. And as a Disney fan, you get hit with it from other people. Do you know the story of the shoes?
You know, I thought that child that looked exactly like my child was not my child because he was wearing different clothes. But wait a minute, he's got the same shoes as well.
I've never heard that story.
Oh, really? Oh, I've been hit by people with it a few times. So, yeah.
We have another romance nomination. The animation building when it plays Lady and the Tramp, and then immediately followed by Tangled Lantern scene.
That's where our pal John Stamos got engaged.
Oh, nice. Wow. Good choice.
Tony, is that where you got engaged? What?
Not it. No, there's not an engagement there.
Oh,
did we talk about the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse one?
Yeah, we did. You were off screen at the time. Yeah.
There was something I was going to say about the. Oh, Tony, I'm just curious if Tony has had the opportunity to do the Lady and the Tramp meatball. Have you, Mike? You're married. Have you been able to do the meatball thing with Lady and the Tramp?
No, I can't really eat spaghetti in the first place, but even when I can, we haven't. No, not something that appeals to me.
Okay, reenacting movie moments as a couple. Is this a thing for you?
Depends on the movie.
No,
Stop.
it's not. So, no. I will say that I have been a performer in my life, and my wife is not that type of person. She's more extroverted than me socially, but far more introverted than me when it comes to like performance. I guess is the.
I won't. Doobie would love to. Like, he bugs me all the time when we're at like Olive Garden or someplace. Oh, let's do it. It'd be funny. I'm like, no.
You told me that you would love me.
Yeah, this. I have to do this a lot, so no.
Yes, Jeremiah, 50. Oh, no, Mike, I'm sorry. I almost read it.
I was like, hang on. I'm checking if Tony's is available tomorrow during our walk and talk, and I'll get some spaghetti. I'll set up a camera. We can do the split screen.
I'll make sure he has a plate of spaghetti, and the two of you can do it across the coast together. That would be sweet.
That's so cute. These movies are famous for a reason, I think.
But they're dogs.
Okay, maybe cute. Not that one, but other scenes from movies.
Dogs.
Other famous cute couple scenes.
No. I don't even wear the "I love you, I know" shirt.
Not Old Yeller.
No, that's not a romance movie.
All right.
Oh, Tony's is available at 12:25.
I'm not doing this with you, Jeremiah. I have my line, and that is way, way over it. If I can't nuzzle a meatball with my wife, I'm not nuzzling a meatball with anybody.
So bizarre.
All right. I'm going to close this show. Yes, Jeremiah.
Hang on. I do have the official.
Stops the gravestone topic, but he won't stop the nuzzling meatball topic.
Yes, Jeremiah.
We have official photo of the. It is real. It is not just the shoes.
It is real.
Wow.
It is real.
So you've seen
but you can tell how how real it is and how new, they stuck a sticker on there.
Wow. Fascinating.
Wow. Who are they to tell me what to do?
Well, no, they're not. No, they're not telling you not to. They're telling you it's not for that use. If you choose that use, you understand that is not its designated purpose.
And they really had to tell me that.
Hey, you never know.
So if I swallow, could I walk up to the point and just stick my belly?
It does not say not for eating.
Nope,
it does not say...
That's internal.
Internal.
It doesn't say you have to pay for it. They could buy it Mike's way. All right. Tony Betty says, I will say I spent Valentine's Day with my date touring DVC villas followed by Olivia's, and that was a non-cliche date that we enjoyed.
I love Olivia's.
Olivia's is great. But
was he just doing the DVC tours to try to get the free fast pass?
I love Olivia's.
What a cheap.
Oh, and then you could take a boat ride.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, that part's nice.
Key West and a boat ride.
But touring DVC villas. Anyway.
To each his own.
No, I'm happy Tony found someone.
Yeah,
believe me.
Yeah.
So like the world is safer because of it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So we're gonna close on a slightly goodness, that's horrible. We're gonna close the show on a sad note.
Yeah, we are.
A sad and serious note, so I will let Rebecca take care of this.
Disney illustrator and legend Charles Boyer passed away February 8th. I would suspect nearly 90% of the Disneyland fans that I've gotten to know over the years have something in their house that this man's hands crafted. I know we have watch art that was drawn by Charles Boyer. A few posters based on his artwork. So I think Jeremiah's gone to find something that he has from this Disney legend. And now, I remember attending an event for him at Disneyland. Was it a window dedication? Was it a retirement ceremony? Was it a combination of both?
I believe it was a window dedication that we've got to go to. We've also done like signing events, but I know we've done window dedication. Let's get Jeremiah back up here to get a better view of this Charles Boyer artwork. So
beautiful.
I mean, if you're a Disneyland fan of any kind, you've seen his work for years and years and years. His Mickey is iconic and in a way unique. So you would recognize him. I almost wish we had Tony on here.
He was named a Disney legend in 2005. Shortly, he retired in 1999, so it hadn't been terribly long after. And I guess many people consider his most famous piece the triple self-portrait. That is Mickey looking in a mirror, but then drawing Walt, and it's based on a famous Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah, that's really cool. So.
I believe he's also responsible for the one with the fireman. Oh, that's fun.
This one?
The one with the fireman with Mickey giving him a grateful handshake and fireman kind of tipping the cap. It's very sweet. So
yeah, lots of these you've been seeing for decades are due to Charles Boyer.
Oh, and there's the light magic, right?
Yeah. So passed away on February 8th, DCA's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't February 8th?
I didn't think so. Oh, no, you're right.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We had a few more in here. Let's go ahead and show the rest of the ones we have here. This is cool.
So like I say, we actually have this one.
So that Toontown poster, go back up, that I have never been able to find it because it was only given out at like Long's Drugs if you bought special things.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to Walgreens. But he did get the cylindrical ice cream, so he was pretty happy. All right, so that's our show for today. We would like to remind you that if you're a big fan of Mike Celestino, and frankly, who isn't, just make sure you're here in another 2.5 hours because he will be doing LP Movie Club. And what are you talking about tonight?
Not a movie. We're talking about a TV show called Dinosaurs from 1991. And it's now on Disney Plus, and I've been watching a lot of it, and I'm going to be joined by two of our friends to discuss it.
Very nice.
If you are a fan of Not the Mama, you definitely want to be here tonight on LP Movie Club, which is why you want to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you know when we go live. Tomorrow morning, we are going to be doing Jeremiah live at the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Mike Celestino, that's at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Mike Celestino live from downtown Disney, where he will be giving us a report from, but not a live broadcast from the Star Wars Trading Post. And then at 4 p.m., Rebecca 1 and Rebecca 2 will be doing Barely Necessities, the Disney merchandise show. You know which one you are. And then at 7:30 p.m., of course, as we do every Tuesday and Saturday, Gideon and I will be doing Disney Trivia Live. This will be a slightly special edition because Gideon's birthday is the following day. So we will be celebrating Gideon's birthday, much like we celebrated mine a couple of weeks ago. And that's what's coming up on Laughing Place. So thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Mike Celestino. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Doobie. Benji, are you just down there for the fun of it, or do you need to come on? Yep, that's all I need to know. All right. Thanks, everybody. We will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
What do you say when you step on a Lego?